Hello everyone, good evening. Thank you for joining this session. So this is Naveen from FutureTech. Today we are going to start RPA UiPath basic introduction. So we'll start what is RPA. The first thing. So I have lots of PPT, but we'll not go through PPT. We'll start from one notepad. Okay, so we'll go for your RPA also, and mostly how to start this coding in UiPath. Lots of things today we are going to cover. Okay. So first of all, everyone know that the full form is robotic process automation. So it's called software robot. Let me show you in notepad. I'll write all things in your notepad, and end of the session I will share this notepad to everyone. Okay, so the first word that is called RPA. So RPA stand for your robotic process automation. Okay, so this is your RPA. So in RPA, if you ask me what is robotic process automation, so robotics means it's software robot. Okay, so robotics means it's software robot. So lots of people say like that robot, lots of people say bot, lots of people say like it's software bot. Everything same thing, that is the bot and robot, everything same thing. It's not your hardware robot, it's your software robot. Okay, so it's your software robot. And process means like that, if you ask me, generally we have lots of process in market, like the banking process, we have a manufacturing process, so multiple process. Okay, especially this is, if you ask me what is process, so series of stepping. Suppose if you want to go for any things, like if you want to do the PhD, first you do the 10th 12th and your BTech and MTech, and then go for the PhD. Okay, so series of steps in called process. If you go for a market, so there are lots of process, you know, that banking, manufacturing, lots of process already going on. Okay, so here we'll try to understand this part, the robotic process automation. And automation, if you ask me, the automation is not new things. Previous we have a test automation, so there are lots of tools already available in market, like the test automation tool like the Selenium, Load Runner, JMeter, Neoload. Multiples are your test automation tool is available. But today we are going to start this part, your automation, process automation. Okay, so this is called your robotic. It's a software robot, and your process and automation. Okay, so here if you ask me, the things automation is not new. We have a multiple things like the test automation we've already discussed. So automate the business process by any robot, that is called soft things, that is the called robotic process automation. So everything I provide this part, so robotic automation. So automate the business process by robot is called RP. Okay, so it is the type of automation where machine or computer mimics a human action completing the rule based task. Okay, so if you ask me what is rule based task, so rule based task like that, if you ask me the work of your any HR, every day they come to office, they open your job portal, they log into system, they search like that any Java developer, location like that Pune, experience they search like that more than 10 plus years, and they search for that, they download the CV, they check all the keywords like that, there should be your advanced developer, advanced Java developer. Okay, so everything they search, and after that they forward that mail to the your manager people. Okay, so that is the work of your HR. Okay, so that type of rule based, that type of repeat task, that type of task we are able to automate through RPA. Okay, so RPA is an intelligent software that helps to replicate and mimic the human interaction with the computer. Okay, so here in RPA, if you ask me, you know that there are multiple types of RPA tools available in market. So if you ask me types of RPA tool, everyone know that the three tools, especially the first one is called UiPath, second call is BP, and third one is called, okay, so we'll go for first, second things as a demand, double A, and third things is called blueprint. Okay, so there are lots of tools. If you ask me, there are lots of things like that nice Windrunner, automation is software motive, nice Windrunner. Okay, so in number of like that, if you ask me, in market right now, more than 70 to 80 tools already available. But if you ask me the popular tool, that is your UiPath, double A, and your blueprint. Okay, so for every tool, if you ask me, there are two types of bot. Everyone know that these things, types of bot. So the things is called your attended bot. Okay, so there are two types of bot in market, that is called, the first thing is called attended bot. Okay, so attended bot means it is called front end bot. Okay, so it's called front end bot. Okay, so front end bot means, suppose that here we have started the development on same system, this is called standalone machine on same system. If I want to run any program, I will write all the things, all the code on same machine, and I will execute, I will run all the program from my this UiPath Studio, and on same machine, everything will get the result. Okay, so this is called your attended bot. From same system, we are able to run. So that's why it's called front end bot, and the name it's clear, attended bot. Okay, so you have to attend your system, and after that you are able to automate any type of process. Okay, so if you ask me the types of like your attended bot, it's very cheap. If you ask me the cost of your RPA UiPath attended bot cost, that will be your $8,000 to $9,000. So for 1 year maintenance charge, so you have to pay to UiPath, and you are able to get this software. Okay, so that is, I'm talking about the enterprise. Okay, so type of that things also will discuss, but let me complete these types of bot. So the first thing is called attended bot. Okay, that is called front end bot. Okay, let's discuss about the things called unattended bot. Okay, so unattended bot, this is called backend bot. Okay, so backend bot, this is, I can show you this part. So that is called in UiPath, that is called Orchestrator. So through Orchestrator, we are able to go for open this any type of Orchestrator, this part, and we are able to open this part. Let me show you. So that is the Orchestrator, that is called unattended bot. Okay, so first thing, if you want to automate this project from across world, then you can go for this Orchestrator. And from across world, first what we'll do, we'll develop all the process into UiPath, and we'll deploy through publish button, and we'll deploy the process to Orchestrator. And from across world, you are able to schedule process. From across world, you can access your credential, we are able to access your text data, we are able to access your Excel data. So everything, we one by one we can upload data, and we are able to extract your Q data, SA data from there. Okay, so you can see here, I'm using this Orchestrator, this ID especially for last 2 years. You can see here 44 process we have already delivered, 44 processes successful, one is faulted. So 38 process already I've deployed on this process. So multiple asset, multiple queue, and this is called trigger, this is called scheduler. So especially if you want to schedule process, you can go for triggers, and you are able to schedule 24/7. So from across world, if you want to trigger, so you can provide your time zone like the UTC plus 5:30. So according to your time zone, like that India, we can pass this UTC plus 5:30. According to your country, you can pass this time. Whenever you want to automate everything, you can pass through Orchestrator. Okay, so this is called Orchestrator, and this is called your unattended bot. In UiPath, it's called Orchestrator. Okay, so this is also called backend bot. Okay, why backend bot? Because you have to keep in your system, in your server room, you have to provide your supply, you have to provide your power, you have to provide your internet, and automatically bot will trigger. So you will train your bot like that. We want to automate your process like that. You waste time at morning 8 o'clock, and we have to end up to your 6 o'clock. Okay, so automatically bot will run morning 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay, according to your Orchestrator. Okay, so this is called your types of bot. Okay, again come to the things called why we are going for RPA UiPath. Okay, the first thing, why RPA UiPath? Okay, why RPA UiPath? So the first thing I will tell you why I've changed my career to the RPA UiPath. I already work with Blueprint Automation Unit, and last why UiPath. Okay, so especially for UiPath is the one of the best software in the market, because UiPath you are able to install within 5 minutes time. Within 2 minutes of time, you are able to create any type of project from UiPath. Each and everything I'll show you all things practical, and within 1 minute of time, you are able to manage your all the managed package, whatever the dependency you want to install, each and everything we can do within 1 minute time. Okay, so if you have a software and if you're a good technical people, within 10 minutes of time, you are able to do all the things, each and everything I've written here. So the first thing is called stability. The stability means you are able to do all the things. Okay, let me show you this part. So okay, so why we are saying this part, why UiPath? Because within 5 minutes time you are able to install, 5 minutes time within you're gonna go for project. And the third thing, it's community. Okay, so it's community edition, and it's totally free. So within 3 months of time, everything you are able to use, and there you are not to pay any penny rupees for this software. But if you go for any software, any tools like the RPA Blueprint and your automation engineer. So now before last 1 year, they have done the free only for 1 month. After 1 month, you have to pay for that. You have to purchase the system, you have to purchase the software, then you are able to automate. Okay. Second things, especially into UiPath. So UiPath is very stable. Okay. So right now I'm using this process, this software for last 5 years, and every time, whatever the process you are going to automate, like the PDF, your desktop web, it's very, very stable. Stable means whatever the process we are able to automate, we are able to do in very less time. Suppose that you are able, if you want to automate any notepad, if blueprint is taking 5 minutes time, so through UiPath you are able to do, you are able to automate within 1 minute. Okay, so it's very fast. And second thing, the second thing is your stability is more. Okay, so whatever the latest technology, UiPath, you are able to automate through different things, like that Python also you're able to automate, machine learning you are able to also do lots of things. Okay, Citrix process also work very fine, your mainframe also we're able to work fine. Okay, so multiple things we are able to do through your UiPath. And after 3 months also, so 3 months by default it's free. Okay, so there are two types of version in UiPath. So especially your I can say your community edition and your enterprise edition. Okay, so that will also I'll write you. So community edition, if you're installing this part, and if you're going to install this community edition, so it's totally free and it will work up to 3 months. But after 3 months, you are able to renew your software and that will work fine. Okay, so stability, your fastness, and easy to implement, easy to install in 10 minutes, easy to start the project. So each and everything we can start in 10 minutes and easily we are able to access all things. So if you go for blueprint and automation in here, so right now it's very simple, but earlier like that, you 2016 17, first you have to install the database. After that you are able to install any type of tool like that, your blueprint and UiPath. But right now, and from starting in UiPath, not required to install any type of database, directly you are able to install this software free. So free 3 months you are able to use. After that you can renew your software. Okay, so this is the things like that we go for the RPA UiPath. Okay, again, if you will go for RPA UiPath also, before that, if you ask me what is the types of documents, so I can show you in RPA types of documents in UiPath. So especially we have 3 types of documents mainly used in every company, that is the standard documents. The first one is called BRD, that is called business requirement documents. Okay, so if you're talking about any company like that HDFC Bank, and they want to automate their process, so they will provide one documents that is called BRD. Okay, so that is totally non-technical documents. Okay, the second document, so based on that documents, suppose that we are from HCL Technology, so HCL Technology company people, they will provide one documents that is called, the second documents that is called PDD, process design documents. Okay, so there will cover all things like your objective, like your process overview, like if when you want to automate, the bot is attended or unattended bot, and what is the in scope, what is out of scope, what a challenge like that we can get, and what is your test estimation, test is all things about project. So each and everything we are going to discuss into PDD. Okay, so we'll cover your as process, we'll cover your high level flow. So each and everything will cover in your PDD. Okay, so if you ask me who create this document, so this documents, so that is created by your business analyst. So mostly company BA create this document, but right now there are lots of developer also they are creating because of more work pressure. So right now there are lots of developer also they are creating this documents. Okay, so the last documents is called PDD, process design, solution design documents. Okay, so this is your third document that is called solution design documents. It's also called technical design documents. Okay, so it's totally very important documents, and this is totally technical documents, and it's created by senior RP consultant, or you can say solution architect. Okay, so this is pure technical documents. So in these documents also we'll go for the process overview, we'll go for the as process, so as and high level flow we'll go for that, and another image will also add here like that is called to be process. So to be process means that is the click level documents. Okay, so click level documents also I will tell you how to create the your click level documents like that. You can go for this star.io and you're able to create in-depth documents. So like this way you can go for like that, and you can go for 1 2 3 for your like that. You can go for counting 1 2 3 whatever the process. So you can create the flow diagram of that. Okay, So that is called your to be process. So that type documents come under your solution data one, and that is called click level. Okay. So whatever, suppose that if you're going to automate any type project, so whatever the system exception, whatever the business exception, what type things we are going for failure, whenever you're getting any system exception, suppose that we are not able to launch any website, so to whom I can send the mail, that type things will go for the STD solution document, and that is totally technical design documents. Okay, so that type documents required for your RPA UiPath project. Okay. This is called RPA documentation. Okay, if you ask me what is type of designation we have, so that is called your post, simple way. So you know that that is the things start from RPA intern. So RPA intern can get the salary at least I can say 1.5 to I can say 3 lakhs. Okay, so 3 lakh salary you can get like in RPA intern. Second thing, RPA developer. Okay, so RPA developer, if you have a experience like that 0 to 2 years, okay, so 0 to 2 years experience, you can get the salary like that in market 4 to 6 lakhs per annum. Okay, so this is the second your experience. And let me discuss about this senior RPA developer. So that is your senior RPA developer. So salary wise, senior RPA developer depend on your previous salary. So mostly if you ask me what is the salary already going on in the market, so for across world the salary is going on right now 6 to 10 LPA per annum. Okay, so this is the senior RP developer. But if your experience like that 3 to 5 years, so like that we can go for your 6 to 10 LPA. Okay, so if your experience like that, if you go for the SR senior RP developer, but if your experience more than I can say 4 to 7 years experience, and if your salary is already more than 12 lakhs package per annum, so definitely you can go for at least 10 to 15 lakhs. Okay, we can go for 10 to 15 lakhs, I can say 12 to 18 lakhs. Okay, so 12 to 18 lakhs package is not a big deal in the market. You can go for 6 to 18 lakhs package per annum, and especially for your right now we'll go for the solution architect. That is the very good salary in the market like that here. That is called SA role. So SA salary, you can say like that 25 lakhs is not a big deal. So 25 to 30 lakhs, 35 lakhs, I can say like that in market, you can go for that. And manager role, we can go for minimum, I can say 30 to 40 lakhs minimum salary in the market. And after that director and your senior director, and you can go for the vice president role. Okay, so if you ask me what is the salary, if you come to the Google also, RPA solution architect salary in India, I can show you each and everything available in your Google. You can see here 25 lakhs, 25.4 lakhs per annum. You can get this salary if you are going for the solution architect. Okay, so if you ask me what is the designation required, what is the experience you get for any solution architect, so your experience should be at least 8 to 10 years for solution architect, and your especially in RP industry at least 3 years experience into RP industry. So there you can go for 25 lakhs. Okay, but totally depend on your current salary. If your salary is more than 15 lakhs, then it's possible to get up to 25 lakhs package per annum. Okay, so you can get all things. And one thing also I'll suggest you to check on Google. If you ask me for the Google top 10 technology to learn in 2021, we'll get the RPA and AI on the top number. Okay, so you can see your artificial intelligence, RPA, UiPath on the top level. Okay, so I can suggest you go especially in RPA, the first thing, and especially in RPA, go for UiPath. Its market is very booming into now 2021, now October 2021. So right now we are the part of right now 2022. So salary wise in the market right now, market is open after COVID-19. So salary wise, whatever I'm saying, it's very less. According to these things, you can go for definitely in the market. So right now we'll discuss about the especially into RPA, what is RPA UiPath, and we'll go for the coding part, and all things I will show you. Okay, so especially in RPA, coding is not required in 100%, 95% coding is not required, only 5% we have to go like it. Okay, so first thing we'll discuss about the UiPath. So in RPA UiPath, first we'll discuss about the components of your RPA. Okay, so components of RPA. Okay, that is your I can say the first things everyone know that is called UiPath Studio. So UiPath Studio, and second thing is called UiPath. Okay, so right now they've given this thing assistant. Okay, so previous name was UiPath robot, but right now they've changed the name. So So right now you can see here, this is called UiPath Assistant. Okay, so they've changed the name, and if you want to go for this connection, you can go for preference, and you are able to connect your bot through UiPath Assistant. Okay, so this is called UiPath Assistant, and third thing is called UiPath Orchestrator. Okay. Okay, so this is the third tool that is called UiPath Orchestrator. So one by one, I will tell you what is UiPath Studio. UiPath Studio is especially RP tool, especially RP software, and through UiPath Studio, you're able to design all type of program. So especially for development, especially for creating your any type of workflow, any type of program, especially your exception handling. So all things you do in UiPath Studio, especially your coding, all things you do in UiPath Studio. Okay. So this is your software tool. This is for the designing of program. The second thing is called UiPath Assistant. This is your main robot. This is the main things. So UiPath Assistant also mediator between UiPath Studio and your UiPath Orchestrator. Okay. So let me discuss about the UiPath Orchestrator. So UiPath Orchestrator is your web-based application where we can deploy a process. This is your unattended bot, and this is especially for deployment, and this is especially for controlling your all the bot. Like that, we can go for your you can go for your scheduler, that is called trigger. We can go for the queue, we can go for the asset. So especially for monitoring your all the process, we'll go for the UiPath Orchestrator. And this is the server. This is the server. This is the dashboard of your orchestrator. You can see the multiple process we have already deployed to the orchestrator, and through this way we are able to automate your process. Okay, so this is called your third component. Okay, let me come to this UiPath. Let me show you how to launch this UiPath Studio and how we can create this program through UiPath. Let me come here. So this is the way, like that, if you come to the UiPath Studio, like that, your window, and here we'll get like that, this way. Okay, so here this is called your UiPath Orchestrator. This is the component of your RPA UiPath. Okay, so right now we'll discuss about the types of interface. Right now we'll discuss about the types of interface in UiPath. We'll discuss. Okay, so if you come here in your window, it's only required 30 seconds to open this software. Right now we have already opened this part. So this is the home screen of UiPath. Okay, so first time whenever you come, so on first time you'll come on this screen, and if you want to create any type project, you have to go for process. So first time whenever you come on this home page, everything will get the blank because you have not created any project. I have created the lots of project, which is my new laptop. So we have created only 7 to 8 process. Right now, if you want to create any project, we can go for process, and there we can give the name like that, any type project like that. We can give UiPath 2nd October. Okay. So we can get like, okay, so try to understand name depend on your project. You can give any type of name. Location, try to understand. Okay, so if you go for any laptop, you will get your username. My username is called Naveen PC. So automatically inside your documents, it will create your UiPath folder, and you can go like that. Okay, so right now we'll click on create, and we can create this project. Okay, so hardly it will take 30 seconds to 1 minute of time to create the project. You can see here adding dependency, and right now your workflow is ready. Okay, so 30-second time is sufficient to create any project. So that's why my UiPath is the best. So right now you can see here, this is the project panel. Okay, and we have a 3 interface. Okay, so in Notepad I've written there are 3 types of interface. Okay, so types of interface in UiPath, you can see here the first thing is called home, the second thing is called your design, and third thing is called debug. Okay, so the first we are talking about the home. Okay, especially I will come to the home, and I will tell you about all things what is home, especially for the creating your project, selecting your project. Like that, you can go for process. If you have already multiple project in your system, suppose you have taken any project from your any friend, if you want to open, if you want to check any program, suppose that today I have sent you program. If you want to open this program or project into your system, what you'll do, you'll go inside this open, and you can go for checking this part. So I have documents, and every time I'll go for UiPath, and in UiPath you can see the multiple programs here. Okay, so what we do on daily basis, you can see here 30 August basic program. Okay, so if we started one batch on 30 August, and you can see here the multiple day, like you can say 1st October, 2nd October, so like it September, all the program. Okay, suppose if I want to open 6 September Excel, I will go inside that, and from here I will check my work profile, and I can check and I can open that program. Okay, so like that way we can go for opening these things, and we are able to open that type program. Okay, so this is the home, especially for creating the project, self-me a project, and we have a team also, like that if you want to check in on your SPN or TFS server, so they have given this type of repository. You are able to do tools, especially for try to understand if you want to automate any process through Google Chrome, any type browser like the Java, Citrix. Okay, so first we have to install your extension. So if you come to my Google Chrome, especially I've installed this extension, it will take hardly 1 minute to install this part. We are able to install these things. So this is especially for UiPath extension. We can go for that. If you've not installed any browser, you will get the error. I can show you. So if you go for browser, we'll get this type of error, and you are not able to install. Okay, first try to install the browser, and then you will go for the install the extension. So we'll get the UiPath extension. Okay, after that you are able to automate any type process. Okay, so this is the things help they've given, and settings they've given more than 9 languages they're going to support, and theme like that, light and dark, you can get like that. You are able to use this part. Okay, so home is especially about your project settings, creating the project, and going for the installing multiple extension. Okay, let's discuss about the design. Okay, what is design? Design is especially for whenever you're going to start any project. So what type process you are going to start, what type project you have, what type things you are going to start. So like that, if you have a new, so there is sequence, flowchart, and state machine. This is the type of your workflow. Okay, one thing I can say, suppose I am going to start any project in Java, Python, anywhere. So we'll create the different sub process in RPA world, especially into UiPath world. It's called sequence, flowchart, and statement. Okay, so there are different types of workflow, and different workflow file, they have different properties. I will tell you what is these things: sequence, flowchart, state machine. And here, if you come here, my project name is called UiPath 2nd October batch. We have a dependency, you can see here, Excel, mail, system, and UI automation. Okay, so if you ask me what is dependency, dependency is nothing but whatever process you want to automate, that process it's installed through dependency. Okay, because here if you come after project panel, we have activity panel. Okay, so if you ask me what is activity, activity is nothing but whatever action you want to perform. If you go for Java, if you go for delay, there you write the code thread.sleep. Okay, so thread.sleep, we write the proper syntax, and we give the proper seconds of time whatever you want to delay. But in RPA world, here we have to simple provide, this is the totally drag and drop. Here coding is not required, but you have to understand the what is activity and how we are able to use this activity. This is called delay. We are able to use the delay. Okay, so whatever activity, suppose that right now we are getting this mail, all activity we have. If you go for Excel, we have all activity here. But if you go for database, we don't have any database. You can see here. If you go for PDF, we don't have any PDF. Why? Because in project panel, by default, this is called dependency. So whatever the dependency, it's already installed. So whatever the dependency already installed, you are getting activity panel. Okay, so especially if you have don't any dependency, so you cannot get the activity. And if you are not able to get any activity, you are not able to automate any type process. Okay, so based on dependency, we are getting all activity. If you ask me how to install, how much time required, so especially for database or PDF, I can show only one. We will go for all packets, and here we'll try to search UiPath dot database. Okay, so like this way we can go for UiPath database, and we can install, and we can get the save, and within 30 seconds of time, very fast creating workspace, try to save and try to go for that. Okay, so within 30 seconds of time, or hardly I can say 1 minute, it's already done database. And if you go to the activity, and if you search the database, so each and everything will get here in your database. You can see here, connect, disconnect, execute query. So all activity we are getting into database. Okay, so like this way, this is called your like that, your dependency, and this is part of activity. Okay, so in RPA UiPath, this is the design where we can go for the creating your workspace, and here is a managed package for installing your dependency. And we have a data scraping and skill scraping. We have especially for extracting data from web-based application and your desktop application they've given, and publish especially for publishing your things on your Orchestrator. And the third interface, this is called debugging. Okay, whenever you're going for doing this part, if you want to debug in step into step, if you want to slow, if you want to run this program in slow, and if you want to check the code like that, what is the problem, you can go for slow steps and you're able to do this part. Okay, so mostly we'll work for your design part. One time your home is required, from second day onwards, especially work into design part. Okay, so this is the overview of your RPA, like that, what is RPA and what type documents we have components of RPA, types of bots in RPA, and your like your types of documents in RPA, component of RPA, and types of tools we are going to use. So this is the introduction of your RPA path. Okay, thank you for joining this session.